She stood up slowly, right in the middle of the song, dressed entirely in black, and the moment Elvis Presley saw her, he stopped everything, not because she shouted, not because she caused a scene, but because he recognized something in her face that didn't belong in a concert hall. It was February 1975, at the Las Vegas Hilton. Elvis was halfway through You Gave Me a Mountain, a song about loss, about endurance, about carrying pain quietly. The lights were low, the crowd was still, and then, in the third section from the stage, a woman stood up. She didn't wave. She didn't scream God. She simply stood there, wearing black from head to toe. At first, people thought she was leaving, but she didn't move. She just stood. Hands clasped in front of her. Head slightly bowed. Elvis noticed her immediately. He always noticed stillness, and this wasn't restlessness. This was grief. The band kept playing. The lyrics continued, but Elvis's eyes never left that woman. He missed a line. Just one, then another. The audience felt it. Something was happening. Without turning to the band, without signaling anyone, Elvis raised his hand. The music stopped. The arena froze. 15,000 people sat in silence. Open question, early retention moment. Let me ask you something. If you were standing in front of thousands of people and one stranger disrupted the moment, would you keep going? Or would you stop everything just to understand why? Because Elvis chose the second option. He stepped away from the microphone. Walked slowly to the edge of the stage and looked directly at the woman. Ma'am, he said gently, are you all right? Her voice shook when she answered, no. Just one word. No. The room felt heavy. Elvis waited, didn't rush her, didn't fill the silence. Finally, she spoke again. My husband died this morning, she said. He loved your music. This was his favorite song. She paused. I didn't mean to interrupt. I just couldn't sit through it. You could hear people crying. Elvis closed his eyes, took a breath, and then he did something no one expected. Mid-video hook, 3-4 minute mark. Think about this. If someone else's pain interrupted your plans, would you treat it as a problem or as a responsibility? Because what Elvis did next answered that question forever. Elvis stepped down from the stage. Security moved. Unsure. Elvis waved them back. He walked to the aisle. Stopped a few feet from her. And spoke softly. Ma'am, would you like to sit? She shook her head. I just needed to stand, she said. Just for a moment. Elvis nodded. And turned back to the band. Fellas, he said quietly, we're gonna start again. But he didn't sing the song the same way. He slowed it down, removed the bravado, stripped it off, performance, and sang it like a confession. Every word heavier, every note deliberate. He never looked away from that woman. Not once. When the song ended, Elvis didn't bow, didn't move. He simply waited. The woman sat down, wiped her face, and nodded. Just once. Elvis nodded back. Only then did he continue the show. Backstage later, someone asked him why he stopped. Elvis answered simply, she wasn't interrupting the song. The song was interrupting her grief. This is the moral dilemma. Was Elvis right to stop a concert for one person? Or should the show have gone on? There's no clean answer. Only values. And Elvis chose empathy over efficiency. Years later, a stagehand would recall, I've seen stars ignore screams, fainting fans, chaos, but I only saw one man stop everything because someone was quietly breaking. That woman never spoke to the press. Never told her story. But Elvis remembered her. A friend once found a note, written in Elvis's handwriting. Sometimes the loudest cries make no sound at all. Elvis Presley didn't stop the show for attention. He stopped it because he understood something simple. Music doesn't exist to distract us from pain. It exists to sit with us inside it. If you value these untold moments where humanity mattered more than fame, take a moment to like this video and subscribe. And tell me in the comments, if you were Elvis, would you have stopped? Because sometimes the bravest thing a person can do is pause.